My man. All right, Carlos. So what do we got tonight? I know we got some stuff on John Gotti. I was thinking about it, but
Gotti, episode 5
right
of what's it called? Mafia States of
America.
America.
Yeah, let me start with John Gotti first, because I was thinking about something.
What's up?
I get a lot of conflicting emails about John Gotti and Sammy the Bull, how there's a few people that actually believe that John Gotti was telling Sammy the Bull or the lawyer, whatever the fuck it was, that Sammy's going to take the fall and John's going to walk. Now, the first time I heard this was coming out of Sammy's mouth, right? The first time I ever heard this. We talked about this before. John Gotti wasn't the type of guy to push shit on other people, from what I know. Now, listen, I only go by what I see, and what I see is on damn YouTube or what I read, right? And I haven't read anything that said, except it coming out of Sammy, or someone said something that came from Sammy,
right?
That, John wants Sammy the Bull to take the fall. Now, of course, this makes sense for Sammy to, come up with this bullshit. This way it makes Sammy look good, right? The only thing I ratted was because John was going to try to make me take the fall. Okay, if that is true, then it gives Sammy a good reason to cooperate. Why would you take the fucking rap for somebody else, especially intentionally? Listen, you do a life sentence while I walk the street.
Gotti was going to trial though.
That's what I don't get. That's where it doesn't make. Gotti went to trial, I don't know how many times, and he never took a deal. He didn't let his own brothers and fucking family members take deals. He didn't take a deal. You had to go to trial. He didn't even take a.
And if he was guilty of anything with Sammy cooperating and all that, it was that he didn't want anybody to take a plea or anything. He wanted everybody to go to shut your mouth and go to trial.
Right, no deals. So the only way that Sammy could have actually taken the fall is somehow they concocted with the lawyer and they went to trial, because John Gotti wouldn't take a deal. Even if there was a hypothetical deal on the table, all right, Sammy, you plead guilty to all these charges and I'm going to walk. No, that John doesn't do deals. The only other way to do it was you both go to trial, and then Sammy would have to get on the stand and say, well, I did this and John had nothing to do with it.
That wasn't going to happen.
Nah, I don't think that was going to happen either. So it sounds really far-fetched, and I haven't seen any evidence that it's true. However, if someone out there on YouTube has real proof that this is the case, send it to me, and I'll apologize. I'll do a fucking redaction, whatever the fuck it is, because if that is the truth, if that's the truth, if it is, which I highly doubt, John Gotti told Sammy the Bull to take the fucking fall.
But from what I see, they're trying to clean this shit up, or not cover it up, but they're blaming Gotti. They're saying Gotti was going to throw Sammy under the train because he got caught on wiretap talking to I don't know who about complaining, I guess, about Sammy and shit like that. Yeah, murder. Yeah, but that's not writing. That's not putting him out there. It's just a wiretap. That's a
wiretap, and it happens to all of us.
And that's John talking shit.
Yeah,
they got to prove all that.
Right. Like my dad got caught on a wiretap. I'm not mad at him. It's just part of the game. There's a wire. There's a fucking wire. I mean, no one's 100%. Look, he didn't get caught in that room. He could have got caught somewhere else. They could have bugged his car. They could have bugged his house. They could bug his telephone. The only way to not get caught is fucking meet someone out in the ocean somewhere with no clothes on. That's about it. And I hope there's not the feds ain't in the boat with that fucking pointing the damn microphone.
That satellite shit, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, look, if they want you and they're patient enough, everyone's going to get caught. It is what it is. So blaming John for talking, and how many bosses and people got caught on tapes? Shitload. Fucking shitload.
A lot.
That's no excuse.
No.
But for John to actually say, Sammy, you take the fall while I walk the street, listen, I want to see that evidence from anybody. And if you got it, boy, I'll be the first one to think, well, John Gotti's fucked up for doing that, because I don't care who you are. Right. If you get a pinch, here's a good example. Jerry Chili. He got pinched with people and had nothing. he had like a 2% role in this 98%, indictment. And these people wanted to cut a deal, and they were in Chile. They wanted to do a global plea. So by them doing this global plea, fucking Chile was going to get this shitload of time. Shitload for something he had. So they went to Chile, and Chile said, listen, whatever you want to do, I'll do. And these people were below Chile. These weren't like upper people saying to Chile, you got to, no. He's like, listen, it is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. Fuck them. That was Chile's mentality. Fuck him. That's why he was in fucking prison for 30 fucking years out of his life, if not 40.
Yeah.
You know Chile. You met Chile. He's just one of those fucking people.
Yeah.
Fuck him. Bad thing was everybody that was around him was with him. Who's this? He's with me. He's with me. Everyone's fucking with you. And Chile's got 1,000 nephews. He's my uncle. He's my uncle. Like, motherfucker, how's he your uncle, motherfucker? You're black. Like, oh, okay, he's your uncle, right? All those uncles.
Yeah.
But no, Chile was a great guy. But anyway,
Excellent.
back to this. If anyone's got any dirt on John Gotti, which I doubt, I'd love to see it.
I don't think so. I don't
Not
think
Sammy
so.
said shit either.
Yeah.
Sammy said or Michael said. I want fucking proof somewhere outside of Sammy said.
Yeah, that doesn't exist. You know what I mean? Because he was pushing for to go to trial, and even if he said, well, I'm going to trial, or you're going to plead, because if Sammy pled guilty, he's almost admitting whatever evidence they had against Gotti. Also, no.
Say that again.
For instance, we're all in a case together,
right?
I'm going to trial. And you say, well, Carlos, I'm going to plead guilty. Well, that you're giving a slight bit of proof to the government that whatever they're accusing me of, it's true.
Yeah, they could use it against you. Your co-defendant pled guilty to these charges. I mean, exactly. I don't know if they can actually do that in the feds, because the feds are dirty. State's a different story. One thing has nothing to do with the other. One guy pleading guilty doesn't mean the other guy's guilty.
But
however,
whether it's dirty. Yeah, whether it's state or fed, if you all stick together and you all go to trial, you have a stronger case.
Yep, you do. Well, I'm wondering when they when they try you together, this is my question because I don't know. So I'm going to sound fucking stupid here, but it doesn't make sense that they would try you all together. You have 5 people being tried together, right? How many verdicts do they come out with? 1 for all 5 or 5 separate? I can't see how they can have 1 verdict for 5 people because 5 people didn't kill the fucking guy.
Exactly.
1 guy pulled the trigger. So what's their theory behind, what's their mentality behind trying you all together? Because when I'm sitting next to you, right? Let's say I'm the cleanest guy in the crew.
Right.
And these motherfucking 4 cocksuckers next to me they got videos of them chopping people up, right? But I'm being tried with you. They have to assume that I'm just as bad as they are. Just for knowing
knowledge, and that you had knowledge of it. That's
just for fucking knowing you motherfuckers, I need to go to jail too.
That's conspiracy, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they do. They when they do that global bullshit, that trying people together, it's just not fair. That's why Neil Delacroix knocked off Tony Plate. Tony Plate was one of those people you don't want to be sitting next to.
Right.
Delacroix was suit and tie, clean cut guy. Tony Plate was a sick fuck. Sick motherfucker. So they knocked him off, and that was that.
Wow. But yeah. Well, it's, it is what it is, kid. You know what I mean? And like you say, we need proof because, yeah, you can say all you want, but there's nothing on record saying that Gotti, he was going to trial. He went to trial, and you know what I mean? He died without cooperating or even sitting with the feds or anything. You know what I mean?
And then his son goes in, and his son, remember, they got a video of the son on YouTube talking to his dad in prison, saying, "Dad, they're offering me a 10-year plea," and he said, "Don't take it.
Right.
Go to fucking trial. Go to trial." And I think he convinced him for a little bit, and then changed his mind on the way out.
Yeah. Well, once he left, he got home, that he saw his kids and everything. He changed his mind. He says, "Nah."
And there's nothing wrong with taking the plea. There's nothing wrong. You're not ratting.
Exactly.
I'm ratting on anybody. You're just saying, listen, you're weighing your options. If they convict me, I could do life. If I plead guilty, I do 10. Now the question is, what do you do on something like that when you're completely innocent? That's the
thing.
Power of the government when you're completely innocent, completely. And they say, well, listen, you can take your chance. You know, you're going to plead out to 10, you'll get out in 8. Wow. Or if we convict you,
you're going away.
You're going to get a life sentence.
All right.
And then the government goes, who do you think they're going to believe? Look at your indictment. Your indictment reads the United States of America.
That's a lot of people
against me. Motherfucking people against me. Against little
old me.
Little old me. You got the power of the government. The power of the government against you and your fucking little tiny attorney. I don't care how big that attorney is.
Yeah.
The whole government, they fucking whatever they want to come after you.
Yep. Too much power. Too much power. And plus, you're the son of a crime boss. You're this and all that. You're fighting against the wave, kid. You know what I mean?
Hammered.
Totally. Well, anyways, on this episode 5,
right.
Giuliani breaks down how he was trying to come up with this law, with the Rico Law, the one that we were talking about last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Franchisi says that it's unconstitutional, okay? And he says because it's a what was it the words that they said? It's a crime to own a crime business. You know what I'm saying? That's
crime to own a criminal business. Is that basically how they're doing the racketeering?
That's the way they were doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because you did a crime, it's just a simple crime. But when you're an organization, it's a company.
Yeah, it was 2 or now that's 2 or more people. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, dedicated to breaking the law. Right. Okay. And so Giuliani explains, check this out, that he's trying to come up. He's in his house trying to come up. How does he get to these people? How does he come up with the mob? How does he get the mob? He doesn't know how it's organized. He doesn't know how anything is working within the mob. He knows what they're up to, but he doesn't know how to prove it, how to source it out, right?
Uh-huh.
He's in his house, he's cleaning in his house or something like that. And he runs into a book that was written by Bonanno.
What book?
A book Bonanno wrote. What was Bonanno's the main guy?
Bill Bonanno?
Some guy. I don't remember his name right now.
Bill Bonanno? Joe Bonanno?
Joe Bonanno. He wrote a book about the mob and his crime family. And in the book, he's got the whole structure.
Get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me?
You didn't see the episode?
No, I didn't watch the fucking episode. I saw fucking 2 seconds of it. You saying Giuliani looked at a book from Joe Bonanno?
And that's where he goes, this is how these motherfuckers are set up. This is how I'm going to get them. And then he started doing that from family to family.
Hold on.
You know what I mean?
Let me see this shit real quick. Joe Bonanno book.
Check it out.
The autobiography of fucking Joe Bonanno. Man of honor. And you write a fucking book?
That's the name of the book. Bonanno, Man of Honor, autobiography. You know what I mean? He gave them the whole structure. And then they asked what's that guy? Patrick, David, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He asked him, what do you think destroyed the mob? He goes, the mob, their arrogance and their lack of discipline. Because he says
this guy did this. He wasn't in trouble. What the fuck did he write a book for?
Arrogance, lack of discipline. He says that there was another mob boss. There was another one that had a play on Broadway about his life in the mob.
Now listen, they're mad at John Gotti for being fucking spotlighted. I mean, come on. At least John Gotti was walking around the streets. He wasn't writing any fucking books.
Yeah.
Could
You
you
believe this
imagine?
shit? He says
Oh man.
that's how he got. That's what he called. He says after he got that book, he called Professor Blakey or something like that, and through him they created the Rico Law.
Well, to my friends in New York, you know who I'm talking to. You guys ought to be a fucking ashamed of yourself. Fuck.
They wrote a fucking book.
Nobody told me that. Well, they could have, and I fucking forgot, but I think I would have remembered that one. This is the secret. This is the type of shit you keep to yourself. You know, this happens years ago and you don't ever mention it again. Shut up, motherfucker. Don't mention it. Don't say that. Don't ever bring it up.
Well, Giuliani put it out there. He put it out there, kid. You know what I mean? And then, you know, Franchise, you know, says that what really killed the mob was that Rico Law. You know what I mean? Like what we were talking about last night. You know, everything. The government's now doing everything that the mob was doing, but legally now.
Right. Yeah. The Rico, for example, me, you, and fucking Joe Schmoes over there slinging some dope, right? We're working together.
Right.
And let's say there's 100 keys involved. Usually you get caught with 100 keys. You get charged with 100 keys. I get charged with 100 keys. He gets charged with 100 keys. Charge 1, trafficking, or whatever the fuck. Charge 2, Rico. Add fucking 20 years. Now you got a fucking racketeering charge plus the dope charge.
Right.
I think racketeering, I think it starts at 20 to life. It's some fucking stupid number just for being part of a group. Now, if it's just 3 of us, and let's say you're bringing it in, the other guy's bringing it. Let's say we got 3 guys. One guy's getting it from the mountains. You're getting it over there and sending it over here. I'm getting it over here and fucking selling it around the fucking to all the other guys, right? So we got 3 of us. We're just friends. We're not a group. He gets it from point A to point B. You get it from point A to point C, and I fucking send it out. There's no organization. My money's my money. Your money's your money. And that's it. His money's his money.
Right.
These motherfuckers can take that, us 3, and hit us with the racketeering, with the Rico.
Not only that.
There's no organization.
Yeah. Not only that. If they can identify the route that we take, that we've taken.
I don't want to hear this. I'm getting nervous already.
For instance, if they can, like, I'll give you an example. I use AA company, right? To such and such address to receive the dope.
Double A Airlines.
I didn't want to go there, but you know, you know, and I use certain address. That's my dope address, right?
Okay.
For instance, one day it just gets popped. Boom.
Okay.
Okay, it gets popped. They can go back and find out how many times shit was shipped to that address through the AA company, right? And like, for instance, the one that got popped, say it was 10 bricks.
They multiply it.
And they say it was 10 times. So it's 10 times 10 is how much?
100.
Boom, that's what you get indicted for.
Yep. And you know what's fucked up is before they only had to indict you for the one time. This was where they really it was called the Apprendi case. Apprendi. I couldn't remember that, right?
Yeah.
So when my indictment said a detectable amount of cocaine, there was no amount.
Yeah.
I just said detectable amount of cocaine, and then in your court case description in your plea agreement, it actually gives the amount, but the indictment says a detectable amount of cocaine. So Apprendi came out and went to the Supreme Court and said, no. After years and years of sentencing people, you can't sentence someone to 10 years to 100 kilos when they're indicted for a detectable amount of cocaine. Right. The indictments must read the amount.
The amount, right? Exact amount.
Exact amount. So what was going on was prior to Apprendi, guys were getting their indictments and they'd say, all right, detectable amount of cocaine. And then in the plea agreement, they would plea out to 5 kilos, 5 to 10. Okay. Let's say 5 to 10. So that's what it was 5 to 15. I pled out to 5 to 15, whatever the fucking number was. However, in that plea agreement, it says that you understand that this is only a, it's not a guaranteed sentence. It's just a recommendation. So the recommendation guidelines was, for me, it was 121 months to 130 something. It's only a recommendation. So you're signing this thing and the lawyer goes, this is a recommendation. It can go up or down. And I'm like, well, how can it go up and down? He goes, it depends on what comes back for your PSI. Now I'm clueless here.
Right.
Because I'm in the feds. I know people that get caught in the feds, but I don't know how the feds actually work, especially when it comes to drugs.
Right.
It doesn't happen with this racketeering shit, but money laundering, it could be. It could. So as you plead guilty to the 10 years or the 5 to 15 kilos, and then the judge goes, do you know that by pleading guilty to this, that you could possibly get sentenced to more? And your attorney says, you know, you just have to say yes. So you say yes, but you're not thinking. Now your PSI officer goes around before, you know, you plead guilty, but you don't get sentenced. You got to wait about a month.
You got a month, yeah.
For your probation officer, it's the Department of Probation, I believe, that does your pre-sentence investigation. And these motherfuckers start going around. Here's where it gets fucked up. For some reason, they know, because of the tapes and shit, let's say there was 6 people that got indicted with me. Now, I was the last one to get caught. These guys were already in prison. And let's say, hypothetically, one guy got 20 years. Well, they know, all right, this guy got 20, this guy got 15. He still got fucking 15 years on the sentence. Let's go talk to Mr. Gordon and see if he did any deals with Cayucci, because I'm pleading guilty to this 5 to 15 kilos. Now they go talk to Mr. Gordon and they go, hey, Mr. Gordon, did you do any, you know, you're doing 15, you got 15 years left and Cayucci getting ready to get sentenced. And we want to know if you can help us. Did you do any deals with Cayucci? Oh yeah. Yeah, I did. What would you do? Well, I did a 10 kilo deal with him 3 years ago. And I also did another 20 kilo deal with him like a year before I got indicted. All right, so a total of 30 keys. Yes, total of 30 keys.
In the statute of limitations.
Right, and they don't need any proof. This is the fucked up part.
Yeah.
On the PSI, all they need is one person to say something. This makes no sense to me. Mate, I couldn't wrap my head around this. You're pleading guilty to the fucking 5 to 15. Someone who's been in prison that you may know or don't know,
and they want to go home.
He wants to go home. All he has to do is say that he did 10 kilos and 20 kilos. And my attorney's like, yeah. I said, well, how do you know he's telling the truth? The lawyer goes like this. Oh, well, it's really highly unlikely that they would lie because they could get in a lot of trouble. And I'm like, I wanted to slap the fucking piss out of him. Are you fucking that stupid? Thank God. See, there's a statute of limitations there, like you said.
Yeah.
I was gone for almost 5 years. I was out of the country, so there's no way anybody was doing anything with me except for the last 6 months. And he said the chances of someone coming in at those last 6 months, you know, are slim and none. But I know a dude that pled guilty to 1 key. He was looking at fucking 3 to 5, would have been out in 2. Fucker got 17 years. Came back to the pod, to the unit crying. I was like, what the fuck happened to this guy? Wow. 17 years. The PSI came back. Some dude said, I did this and I did that. I had no proof whatsoever. And that guy, I went to the same prison as he did. And because of Apprendi, thank God he got his case fucking overturned after, I don't know, we were about fucking 4 or 5 years into it.
Into it already, huh?
And they had to go back to the original fucking plea. So for, you know, guys on money laundering, you're pleading guilty to $1 million in money laundering or $500,000 in money laundering. And then they go see fucking Joe Cocksucker over there. And Joe Cocksucker says, you know what? Me and him cleaned some money before and we did this, this, and this. Oh, really? So now you just went from $500,000 to $2 million.
Yeah. Easy. Yeah, but I mean, it's dirty, kid. I mean, like we said yesterday, they got to fight fire with fire. I mean, you know, we did dirt. That's the way they do dirt. You know what I'm saying? That's why Sammy hates what's this guy, Joe Pistone, the Donnie Brosco, the real Donnie Brosco.
Listen, that motherfucking cocksucker there, I gotta say, you can't, you gotta give him credit where credit is due as a officer, but as a human being, I wouldn't give a fucking
5.5 years undercover. You know, Sammy and Franchise were like, you know, Franchise was saying, but he was doing his job. And Sammy tells us, see, then you don't know shit about Omerta, some shit like that. He says, if I don't, you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck if it's your job, but you know, they contract me to go kill you, but I know your son, I know your wife, and I've been associating with you, and we're like family now. I couldn't do that.
Hold on a second. Didn't Sammy kill his brother-in-law?
I don't know, did he? So he's
full of shit. If he said that, he's full of shit.
I saw that in one of the comments, FOS. I'm like, what the fuck is FOS?
Yeah, Sammy killed his fucking brother-in-law, his wife's fucking brother.
Oh, he did? But what, he did dirt to him, or it was just an order?
The fucking, I think he volunteered. The guy had to go and he goes, I'll take care of it. One of those things.
But the guy betrayed him or something like that. No.
It was going to get knocked off, but did it have to be Sammy? Sammy could have said, hey, it's my brother-in-law. Let someone else do it.
Let him go. Okay.
You know, he could have known. He could have also said, hey, get the fuck out of town. It's your wife's brother. Was he going to rat on someone? If you're going to rat on someone, you can't let him get out of town. If he broke a rule, maybe you could say, hey, hit the fucking road, Jack. Put a note in the cereal box.
Right. Wow. Well, Sammy's saying that the mob should disappear. It should just, everything should just be common street knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Because of all this, everything that goes on, that there's so many fucking rules and this and that. So this should just fucking disappear. Well, you know,
it kind of has disappeared, Carlos. There ain't much. They have their thing still, but it's not like it used to be, like the Mulberry Street,
right.
You know, the John Gotti, fucking the hangouts. They all have. It wasn't just Gotti and his crew. They all had a fucking spot to go, checking in. You saw the movie Donnie Brosco. Those fuckers used to check in and sit in spots all the time. But from that Rico, from what the feds did with the Rico charge, they dismantled everything. You know, the bosses used to sit up there on their high horse and whack this guy, whack that guy. And people used to say, this guy's got to go. And all right, you know, they're agreeing on who needs to go. Very simple to get rid of fucking somebody, right?
Wow. Yeah.
Until someone like Sammy the Bull comes along. And the one who's involved in all the murders actually walks, and the one who orders the hits does fucking a shitload of, you know, a ton of life sentences. So now, today in the mob, there is no whacking, there's no ordering hitting anybody. They won't do it. The mob will not order a hit on somebody. They haven't ordered a hit, and I don't know how long.
Yeah, because
the last guy that got hit in the mob.
It's hard now.
But they won't do it. The bosses will not. There's an order from all. Do not fucking whack out anybody.
But because it's hard now over there.
Not because it's hard, because the bosses will get charged with the murder. They're not. The feds have fucking gotten clever. Wait a minute. If you're the trigger man and you're just following orders, well, then we're going to take out the guy giving the orders. So now the guy who's up here just, you know, oh, kill that one and kill that one. Wait a minute. The trigger guy's getting 5 years, and the fucking guy giving the order is doing life.
Well, we should all fucking get drones and shit. You know what I mean?
Right? How fucking easy is that?
Right.
So
there's no other way, kid.
So now what are they doing? People rat on them. They don't do anything. People rob them. The mob's almost like, they're like, oh, you know, they don't want to get in trouble. You know, let's kind of, you know, don't mess with that guy. He's a legitimate guy. We don't want to get any heat on us. What the fuck are they doing? They're basically trying to go as legit as possible. And the guys that are been there for a long time, they're just going to ride it out till they die. And I'm sad to say the feds fucking won.
Yeah, they knocked them all out. They took over their business. They took over their business.
They took over. They fucking won, and there's nothing. Yeah. Nobody. The mobs. It's there on theory and on paper. It's still there. People are still getting made. A few guys got made 8, 6, 7 months ago over here down in Florida. Got made.
In a different way, not because of whacking anybody.
And unless they whacked out someone a long time ago and they were waiting. That's possible, but I doubt it.
Waiting list.
Well, no, they have to wait. You don't knock someone off and get made.
No?
You got to, once you knock them off, you wait, the books are open, then you're proposed, and then you fucking get made. So you could knock someone off and wait 5-10 years to get made.
I think that's too much paperwork, man.
Yeah, I know. But
I mean,
these guys are getting made over here. They ain't doing any work, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Unless they're making money. But I think they're just making people because they're running out of people.
everybody, whoever's got their little gig going on, they want to keep it to themselves, and they don't want to make too, you know what I mean? Not too much noise now. People are starting to get smart, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you used to be able to just call someone and say, "Oh, this guy's that." Call so-and-so. Have so-and-so go over there. This guy goes over here. Hey, listen, you owe this motherfucker some money. You can't even do that. You can't even approach anybody with any sort of mentioning a name. Don't come in dressed in a fucking sweatsuit and look like you're a fucking wise guy.
Right.
You're fucking done. Your hands are tied, completely fucking tied.
Wow. Okay.
So,
well, man, you know how it goes, and it's just, like what they said, arrogance, lack of discipline, and just being a brute. I guess that's the way, un bruto. You put yourself out there, the government's gonna come get you, no matter what. And then with everybody else talking.
Yeah, one thing you don't do is piss in the government's face.
Oh, no.
Like we were saying, look, like you said, the indictments read the government against the United States of America against you.
Yeah.
Listen, I got cocky once. I know you got cocky once, and we all played games with these fuckers, right? We did it. But as you get older, you sit there and go, man, if I could go back in time and slap the shit out of myself, I would have.
Totally.
We're all guilty of that shit. I don't care who you are. And if you can't admit it, then you're fucking lying.
Yeah, totally. Shit, trust me, I think about that every day. I'd be home. I'd be not over here. You know what I mean? But hey.
Nah, you didn't slap the government in the face, did you, Carlos? Come on.
Not me.
You were kind of low key, weren't you?
Very, very low key compared to what, the levels. I was low key. Yeah, okay.
Low key.
You know what heated me up, honestly?
What?
What heated me up?
During what?
During my era.
What heated you up?
Coming to Colombia.
How did that heat you up? Just coming in and out because immigration?
Because this is a small town.
Right.
And then, everybody over here was with you can see, and everybody knows who everybody is. You're driving in a car with somebody. Oh, that's so and so's car. Oh, that's so and so's car. Is that what license plate is that? Oh, that's so. No, that's not his. That's so and so. You know what I'm saying? And then when I came down here, I brought down Corvettes, I brought down Porsches, I brought down Mercedeses, and I all kinds. Feds, the U.S. they have snitches over here, and they would feed information from here over there.
Right.
That's how I came in the radar. Other than
that's possible.
Because in the States, the Porsches and the Ferraris and all that crazy shit, that was normal.
Yeah, it's normal, but there's hold on, motherfucker. I'm gonna check you on this one. There's normal. Yeah, it's normal when you got a normal fucking job.
I had a normal job. I was a music producer. Really? I was doing all these events and everything, Bayfront Park and all that stuff. You know what I mean? That hauls in. I was doing what, 2-3 events.
You know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna leave this. Listen, you YouTube motherfuckers out there, you remember this conversation when we get to Colombia, okay? Australia, England, because I'm gonna break his balls on this one. I ain't gonna ruin it. I ain't gonna ruin it on live here. This is too good. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
I remember that I wanted to kill you the first time when I bought that. What was that green? The green turbo. Porsche? The green turbo. I'm gonna fart in your car. You're gonna fart in my car.
Low key, Carlos. Oh shit.
Oh man, kid, it was some good times though. Then the feds can't take that away from me.
Nope. One thing. Listen. Question. If you could do it all over again and end up right where you're at right now, would you do it over again?
I think so.
I'll tell you why. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't have your daughter right now.
Exactly.
You have to. Because if it
Exactly.
wasn't for what I did, I would have never
Exactly.
went to Japan, never would have met my wife, and never would have had my daughter. I'd do that shit 100 times over for what I have right now. And plus,
Yes.
what you and I did, what I just did in 5 years going on the run, what I did in 5 fucking years, most people don't do in 100.
Oh,
In 100 fucking lifetimes. What I did in just 5 years on the run, forget prior to that. How many countries did I go through fucking running through the government and getting caught and getting away? You just, the chances of one man getting away all that time is one in fucking millions. You know, arrested in Taiwan and then released because of my kung fu teacher. I mean, this is just fucking crazy. Yeah. And look at the shit you went through.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the, you know, barbed wire up the booty. I mean, how many people get the pleasure to see someone strung up and have their intestines ripped out by barbed wire? I mean, this is the only type of shit you get to see on Netflix. You got to live it, brother.
Not even on Netflix. They won't show it.
No, they won't show
they'll
all
let
that
you
shit.
imagine it. They'll let you imagine it, but they won't show it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to live that shit. There's people on YouTube right now looking at you going, damn, I could have been that. One day I'm looking at this cat. I got a cat over here.
Yeah.
It jumps in the air and catches fucking flies with his hands.
You got a fucking ninja cat.
I got a fucking, he's a monster. He's a Maine Coon. He's his fucking.
Yeah, I seen him. I seen him last time that I was over there.
And he barks. Fucker barks. He barks.
Oh no, man. You got to confuse animal. You got to confuse them.
Check this out. I'm sleeping. I made a mistake of, I thought, all right, I'll let him sleep out here.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting ready to fucking jump. He can jump like 10 feet, this motherfucker. Break your neck, you cocksucker. I'm sleeping and I figure, all right, I'll let the cat in the house, right? Fucking it's a cat. It's not a dog. 5 o'clock in the morning when the fucking sun starts to come up, these cocksucking nocturnal fuckers, he wants to get in the room. It's not a meow. It's something like you've never heard in your life. It's like someone dying. Okay. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. But they're not listen like dogs. You tell a dog, shut the fuck up, usually they do. No, they don't hear that.
No, they're stubborn.
Then he starts chewing the door. He's got his claws underneath and he's pulling the fucking door and he's trying to rip the door open.
Wow.
This fucking cat.
Wow.
Then I'm in the bathtub. I got a big tub. And this was the first time. And they said that they like water, these motherfuckers. Maine Coons like water.
Okay.
So he jumps up on the edge with fucking ninja stealth. I don't know how he did it. He's got 4 feet on a fucking 3.5 inch fucking edge. And you know, it's like that shiny plastic. So I'm hoping this motherfucker falls in. But then again, if you ever got a wet cat, you get fucked up. A cat will crawl up you. In the shower, I had a cat. I'm showering a cat and I let him go for a second. That motherfucker crawled up me with his claws like I was a tree, all the way up onto my fucking head. The worst thing. But anyway, this motherfucker's climbing on the edge and I'm like, all right, fall in. Then I'm like, maybe not, because I'm afraid he'll flip out and tear me up, right? He goes in and starts to put his paw in the water. I'm like, look at this motherfucker here. So he puts his paw in slowly, and he's trying to, I pick him up and I plant his ass in the water and there he is, swimming around. Fucking giant cat swimming in the water. Believe that shit?
You got a clean cat.
Fucking crazy son of a bitch.
All right. Okay.
All right, my brother.
All right, dude.
Well, what's the dates? Well, one more thing. What's the dates for? So if you want to come on this trip, we're gonna possibly take 2 more people. Mafia Made 1971 at Gmail for the Columbia trip. That is February 25th to March 2nd. Right? That's the first trip. If anyone wants in on this one, let us know. Second trip is when?
April 13th through the 18th.
13th to the 18th. And we're going to be filming this trip when we're on. So we'll probably do some live. Live is going to be easy. We're live and we're doing story night and shit like that. Or maybe not story night, because that's going to be special for those guys.
Yeah, and then we'll let these guys ask us some questions also. And possible questions that can be said through the live things. You know what I'm saying? We'll have our private conversations, obviously. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And we'll be filming everything that's going to be happening. You know what I mean? I think that'll be a big plus for everybody else that you know probably has any doubts about coming over here. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. We watched on the first upload. They're going to be like, "Damn, I wish I was there."
Well, there's going to be many more.
All right, brother.
Many more. All right, Bubba. Be
All
good.
right. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.